Welcome back to Miami and welcome to qualifying. Only raw speed will separate these drivers today, but the question is, who's got what it takes to get pole?
That's 5 minutes to go.
Welcome to today's sprint. This is shaping up to be another fantastic weekend. With great opportunities for wheel-to-wheel battles featuring 19 corners, 3.36 miles long and expected average speeds of 138 miles an hour, the Miami International Autodrome will be sure to create lots of chances to overtake. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Fernando Alonso, Norris, Perez, Oscar Piastri, Russell, Hamilton, Stroll, Ocon, Tsunoda, Ricciardo, Albon, Bottas, Magnussen, Hülkenberg, Joe, Michael Schumacher, Sargent, and Pierre Gasly picks up the final grid slot. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint. And alongside me in the commentary box today, a man who I always look up to, which is easier said than done. Anthony Davidson. Well, they say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest on show in the sprint format today, there's definitely a change to what we're usually seeing on the track. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
We're at the back, but give it 100% and we can still come away with a decent result. I believe in you. Come on. Gap to the teammate ahead of us, 5.6 seconds. They're on fresh softs. They're in first. Okay, DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place. race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Well, that's an end to the sprint action. Next up, we'll set the grid for the Grand Prix. So we'll see you next time. Welcome back to Miami and welcome to qualifying. Only raw speed will separate these drivers today, but the question is, who's got what it takes to get pole?
Drop to P20. Okay, there's 2 minutes left in this session and we're in the drop zone. We need a quick lap or that's qualifying over for us. us push down into P15. Okay, 1 minute remaining, just 1 minute.
Formula One has arrived in the Sunshine State for spectacular sunsets, gentle breezes, warm waters, and for what will be a fantastic race day here at the Miami International Autodrome. Sitting at the southeastern coast of Florida, the Miami International Autodrome has 19 corners and 3.36 miles of racing. It's a circuit designed to encourage close racing while meeting the highest safety standards. Either way, I'm sure it's one that will please the fans. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. Edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Stroll, Michael Schumacher, Fernando Alonso, Hamilton, Perez, Russell, Oscar Piastri, Gasly, Ricciardo, Hülkenberg, Tsunoda, Bottas, Magnussen, Albon, Sargent, Leclerc, Joe, and Esteban Ocon lines up at the back of the grid. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. And alongside me here today in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
Okay, mate, I know it's tough in there, it's hot in that cockpit, but your tyres are even hotter, so you're going to have to work extra hard to keep them cool. It matters for performance. work. Great pass. Okay, we've lost a position, that's us down a place. Green flag. Information on Sergeant. Right, they've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring. Teammate behind, 9.6 seconds. Michael. Lap times are a little erratic at the moment. We need consistency, so let's try and stabilise them. Charles is in for his stop now. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 34.6 seconds. Okay, don't worry about that target for now. Let's just focus on this pit stop. Okay, off we go, back into the race. That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track. Nice move, good job. Okay, Michael, engine's running very, very hot. Engine's running hot. Let's try and keep it cooler. Final lap, push, push. Fantastic drive, that's just fantastic. Amazing, you deserve that race win. Well done, mate.
Well, another race victory today, and you can clearly see they're starting to believe in themselves more and more. You get to a stage, Crofty, where you become very hard to beat as a driver when you keep putting in performances like this one.
And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today, and a stunning win for Ferrari. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Show me why you belong amongst my very exclusive clientele. That's a joke. I love working with you. The driver ratings rivalry will track your overall rating versus your rival. Here, you can see the gap needed to win, as well as the rewards that will be given.
Okay, mate, I'm pleased to say that our new parts have come through without any issue, so they'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.